man, another one.
Remember, don't auto-attack, because auto-attack will instantly get you killed.
Let's see here. Bubble Burst on you. You can attack you. I really like these spells that only cost like 1 or 2, but still do a lot of damage.
I mean, it helps that you have those studs on people to really cut their MP down.
That's right, I can charm it again.
Man, Chrono took our critical thing too.
Or
a counter thing.
Oh, that's right, you have a whole party heal. Oh, geez, what happened to Magus?
Oh, you know him and Lavos. They have arguments all the time.
Sure, moderate HP. Yeah, let's get some of that in here. Hey, Frog, you sure that's moderate HP? Oh, Magus is probably dead. Nope. Do I have like a... I have Cure 2. Cure 2 is large amount to... on ally. Yeah, let's get... friggin' heal him. Most of your stuff is pretty expensive or situational, but I can cat attack you.
I think
He better be asleep. Okay, he's asleep.
I think in the original version, for the SNES version, that cat attack was called Cat Scratch.
I believe that.
Because they were going for a cat scratch fever joke.
Oh. What was it? I may want to get another slurp, guess so.
Yeah, pucker up, Magus. Love and affection.
Okay, so Magus, I know you had like a rough childhood, but what exactly made you go full vampire? Like, what happened that made you go, yes, this is the aesthetic and lifestyle that I desire?
Get that Dark Bomb ability, finally. Oh, your favorite thing ever! Icy slick floors.
Oh boy.
With wind! On a game not made for platforming. You're gonna mess it up!
Wasn't so bad.
Oh, it's an avalanche of blood yolks.
Yeah, can you guys, like, not?
I want to get that treasure chest.
Yeah, I kind of want that.
And now. Oh, that actually worked out.
Ooh, a blade.
The Yaksha blade?
And nobody can equip it. Hey, where'd they go?
Oh, you're up on the other part of the here now. Neat. Ah, the last one. Push the shell, climb the shell, become the shell. There's a cave behind him.
Oh, whoa, that's hidden. Actually, no, there's not.
Oh,
That's
no, it's
just...
not? Okay. It looked like it.
It did.
I wonder what that meant about the shell.
Oh, it means I gotta... Oh, this one moved.
Don't wake me. I haven't had my planet-killing coffee yet.
I mean, Magus... I think Magus is just missing, like, 10 levels off the other two, so that's probably why he's...
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Well, the thing only has like 4,000 HP.
Wait, that wasn't drop down that I was using. I was using the expensive one.
Oh, okay. Well, you're a loser.
I mean, I guess that's why... I mean, that's why Ayla has, like, 20 MP left.
Also, we forgot the charm out of the other ones.
Oh, I forgot to charm this one. I charmed the other one. I just didn't charm this one. Running up here. Just where he lived.
I guess. So,
Hey, can I, like, break a chunk off of this thing? Like, turn it into a weapon?
That would be cool. I would probably try to put Marley in your party around now. A memory cap. So we can remember Chrono.
Okay, so what is that? It's better. But
Prevents
lock. That tells me that something is going to be coming up that's going to use lock, and I don't want to... Okay, sorry, Megas, we're putting Marley in.
The funny thing is those turrets you ducked out on the left wing of the Blackbird.
It's not a major defense loss. I'll go with it to prevent lock, and I'll do it on her since she's our healer.
Those turrets you ducked out on that whole time on the left wing, those automatically lock down all your techs.
Is there a save point anywhere in the tri-state area?
Nope, you're good. Just keep going.
Oh yeah, get that Lavos energy in there.
Kefka descends.
God dang it.
Oh.
Good job, you broke it.
Ooh, I don't like the ominous music.
Marley?
Everybody in the domes. There wasn't a solar eclipse scheduled.
Marley?
Oh, hey, we time traveled back. I like how they actually remember your party, so you have Frog and Ayla there.
Oh, hey, this is like when we were fighting Alexander.
Boom, 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 boom.
Just Ayla move. But not this one. Just this one. There's Magus. Good old Magus.
Oh, my ribs for some reason.
I like how for as powerful as Chrono or as Lavos is, he's still kind of just stuck in stop time like, yep. Here I am.
What if it was weird that all of a sudden it grew an eye and just went, just winked at him and it's like, oh.
Just like as you're leaving, it's like, hey.
Kills Chrono anyway.
Yeah, as soon as that timer runs out, the attack goes off, and then you just die if you're in the AoE.
Well, no, you have to defeat the Guardians first, so that you can actually jump out of that cutscene that you were in at one time.
Ooh, sparkling.
God, is that not a mind screw of a thing? It's like, oh, the previous floor. Oh, okay. Look, it's a literal Christmas miracle.
And then, like, you have to have the identical Chrono there, or it'll heck up the flow of time. That's cool. What if we don't care if we heck up the flow of time?
Oh,
we've been hecking up the flow of time all this game. Why stop now?
Well, here's the thing. I don't think you actually have to do this. You could just beat the game without Chrono.
Yeah, actually, as soon as the thing was open that let us go.
Aww.
Hey. I think as soon as the thing was open that let you go to, like, the end of days and fight Lavos, I think at that point you could have just gone and fight Lavos.
Yeah.
Like, at any point, you could just go fight the final boss and beat the game. And technically, we're high enough level that we could do it. because I grinded out like 10 levels.
So here's the funny thing, that Lavos in the Ocean Palace, he's actually stronger than the Lavos we'll actually fight at the end game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was cutscene boss.
Yeah.
You didn't even get a turn against him. He just...
You can beat him. It's a struggle.
Well, I want to know how when he killed the whole team before I could make a single action.
Well, we'll have to beat the game first, and then we can show
I've heard
people.
maybe if you're level 99 or something, strong enough that you can just eat a couple hits.
Oh yeah, when you really have to complete a game quick.
Look, a lot just happened and my brain isn't quite working yet.
Did you guys get me a new sword? What? When did you get me a new sword? I was dead. I was literally out of the timeline.
I feel like Chrono's probably going to have like a whole half hour of him just like barely even being attached to his own body. Just like you talk to him about anything, ask him about anything, and he's just kind of like, yeah.
So, here's the thing. From this point on, we don't need Chrono in the party.
Yeah, but he's the main character, so...
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, we don't need Chrono in the party. You can go without if you want to, but...
Sorry, Marlon.
Well, let's talk to Gaspar once more, since we're back.
You gotta be the edgelord hanging out over here, though?
Yes, he always has to do... He has to have the wind, too.
In the wind.
That in a place that has no actual wind.
Probably cast a spell to summon that wind.
Actually, there is no wind element in here, so...
I'm sure he could finagle some kind of spell for it.
Yeah, let's talk to Gaspar real quick, and then we can start wrapping up here.
It was not by my hand that...
We get it, Magus. Did we not take it back?
Yeah, how'd we get here without it? Both effectively the same thing.
Oh yeah, that place is called the Dark Omen now.
Yeah.
Just to really, really kind of rub it in.
If you do want to grind TP, by the way, Black Omen, probably the best place to do it, hands down, the entire game. But it's also, you know,
endgame
the end of the game.
There is one thing that's funny, well, I guess we'll show next time, but I want to go to, like, the Black Omen in 2300. Because it's just something funny out there. But here's the thing. We're not done yet.
Yeah, we got a ton of stuff. We got all that stuff that I skipped because I wanted Chrono back.
Well, no. See, here's the thing. We've been playing this game. You know what we've been missing out on that's requisite for JRPGs? It's side quest time, baby! We get a lot of side quests open up now.
Okay, that's Ozzy.
Yeah. There's a lot of Middle Ages
that
stuff
guy.
here.
I know that guy.
Again, a lot of Middle Ages stuff here.
For only having one time portal into the Middle Ages feel like they were kind of the central point for a lot of the plot. Well, they were the central point for, like, a lot of the pre-plot. Once the plot genuinely kicked off, and, like, you realized everything that was going on and had to do something about it, it was... Well, mostly it was in antiquity. I want to say it was in the prehistoric era, but I think the prehistoric era was mostly about us getting there. The events didn't actually happen in the prehistoric area, it just got us to where we needed to be to do something. It was a vehicle, more so than an event.
It was the wings of time, you could say.
Yes. And then the future is just where we went to get stuff. We didn't really do anything there, we just went there and got stuff. Which is weird that we have to go there to get stuff, because it's the future. You'd think we could just go to some place in the present and get something, but...
I think we're just locked into the timelines we know. time periods, I should say. So, yeah, we got side quests to do now, and quite a few. In fact, we got even an extra one to do because we're doing the Steam version that added in the DS content. So
Oh, did that heal everybody?
that heals everyone.
Oh, thank God. This is probably the first time in the last, like, 3 hours that everybody in the party's been full healed.
Yep, but Chrono's back in the party. We have all 7 party members now.
Yeah.
And we got side quests galore to do before we go and punch Lavos in the face.
So, for anybody kind of excited to have Magus in the party, because he is an optional party member, because you can just fight him.
I thought you were going to say, for anybody excited for Magus in our party here, don't.
Well, I say this because he was an optional party member.
Yeah.
You could just not have him, which means he cannot play a major role in the plot from here on. He just can't. He has a couple, like, lines that you could maybe talk to one guy and get a reaction out of him because you got Magus in the party. We've seen a number of them. But that's pretty much it. He's kind of just there if you want to nuke stuff with him.
Well, we could always just, like you mentioned Ozzy, so we could always go back there and torch him. Remind me, next time we record, we should probably take Magus to the castle in 600 AD. I want to see them all freak out. Especially with Frog in the party. Just, like, walk in like, oh, there's Chrono, and Frog, and Magus, the Fiend Lord! And like, no, he's with us now. Like, wait, what? I was like, yeah, he's friends with us now.
Yeah,
wait, what?
He's with us, don't worry about it.
The Fiend Lord, the one who's been torturing us for years, he's friends with you now. And Frog's like, verily, he is friends with us. They're like, okay, I have many questions, but
long story, don't worry about it.
I'm confused. Would you like some jerky?
Yes.
Magus like turned away from everyone.
Wind blowing his cape, even though we're inside a building.
He like holds his hand out. It's like, I don't want your human jerky.
Yeah, so let's see here. What do we have? Yeah, so of course the story then. I think I did mention that. So we thought Magus was trying to summon Lavos.
Yeah.
And he was, but he wasn't trying to summon Lavos in order to, like, bring about the destruction of everybody, which we thought.
Well, I think the original idea was that we thought Lavos was trying to summon, as in create Lavos. And
yeah, originally we thought he was trying to, like, summon him as in, like, summon him from the heavens.
And then...
No, he wasn't trying to summon him, he was just trying to wake him up.
Yeah.
And we thought he was trying to wake him up in order to, you know, destroy everybody, take over the world, and we had to stop him. When no, he was trying to summon him so he could murder him, because he wanted to murder him.
In revenge for everything that happened to his family.
Yeah.
Such as Shala disappearing, his mother going mad, his entire civilization being destroyed by the madness of Lavos being a dick, I guess.
Yeah. And as it turns out, as far as history is concerned, because Lavos was not summoned at that point, and we were all wondering what happened to Lavos at that point if he succeeded in summoning, and we have to stop him. And apparently in the unaltered timeline, he did succeed in summoning Lavos, and then Lavos just heckin' murdered Magus exactly like happened when he confronted him later. And then Lavos said, well, I'm not actually ready to wake up yet, and just kind of went back to sleep. And then the whole Fiend army was like, well, we don't have Magus anymore. And then they got wiped out. And then history moved on. That's how they lost the war at that point. But instead we showed up. And then shenanigans happened, and we all got thrown around, and now Magus is alive!
And he's friends with the guy he cursed.
Kind of.
What? Begrudging allies.
Yeah, time travel. I still feels weird that we had to go to that kind of trouble to stop Lavos, or to stop Lavos from killing Chrono, when we have saved a lot of other people just by time traveling.
Well, technically we did. We were in 2300 AD, and then we time traveled back to 12,000 BC.
That's true. We did just time travel back and do the thing.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, it's that when you think about time travel, you think about, oh yeah, you can go anywhere and do anything. When I think how this game treats time travel is that there is something more akin to arcs of time more than points of time. So if you're going to time travel to 2300 AD, you're not traveling to 2300 AD, you're traveling to an arc of time that occurred around 2300 AD. Which is why, when you travel back to it, you're not traveling back to the point that you arrived at the first time you showed up, you're traveling back to the time after all the time you had done before. Which effectively means Chrono died at that point. You can't time travel back to just before when he died, because that arc has already gone past that point. We could go to... That was, what was that, 2300?
Yeah, it was 2300 AD.
Or 23,000?
2300.
Yeah, well, like, we could go back to BC.
Oh, BC? That was 12,000
Because it was
BC.
because it was antiquity.
Yeah, okay. Antiquity was 12,000 BC.
Like, yeah, we could go to the previous arc, the 6 million BC or whatever.
65 million BC.
65 million BC or whatever, but you can't really do anything in that arc in order to affect that specific moment in the...
To carve out a ruin that just says, Chrono, don't be here, and just make sure
Chrono, don't do the thing.
Yeah, just specifically put it and make sure it's like the one building block that's at the Ocean Palace that's right before the hallway, and just like, wait a minute.
Yeah, so, like, aside from that... And that...
I think what you're thinking of is San Demos time, where, like, in Bill and Ted, the Rufus just told them, hey, by the way, just because you have a time machine, time's still ticking in San Demos. Just because you're in the past doesn't mean that you're going to come back to when you left on the adventure. You're going to come back, like, the next day or something.
Yeah.
Because that explains why, early on in the movie, their future selves just show up out of nowhere and have a discussion with Rufus, and then he sends them on the journey and everything, and then later in the movie, they show up and see their past selves, and then have the conversation, and Rufus tells them that they dialed wrong on their machine. They have to dial for, like, the next day in San Demos and everything. And, of course, they leave the scene going, like, that conversation makes a lot more sense now. But yeah, I think it's what you mean, where the idea is, like, just because you've gone to that specific point in time doesn't mean you can constantly go back to that exact moment. Time still flows, even though you have access to the area in time where it is.
Like, you have access to arcs of time. You don't have free control of time. You can travel to specific arcs of time, which also explains why, even though now we have the epoch, we can't just go whenever we want. We're still limited to those very specific arcs of time.
We can't go back to, like, 65 million BC, get a big old baseball bat, and just knock Lavos back off into space.
Yeah. So, this has been a large aside, but I feel like that explains an amount. You just kind of have to understand that time travel is a little bit different in this universe. In that regard, it's not just like time travel.
Well, it's also the same thing I've been thinking of, is like you have to keep in mind time travel is more of a story device than an actual scientific device in this whole thing.
Yeah.
So it's not like, oh, this is the exact method of science. It's like, no, they just go back to this time period because it's relevant to the story.